Prince with some slides for us. We're going to provide some value, insights from generating multiple six figures for my clients in a year, 6 Skool games. So, Prince, please take it over.
Thank you. How's everybody?
Woo!
Nobody's excited.
In Toronto.
Let's go. Okay. So my name is Prince, and I'm going to jump straight into it. But before I do, how many people here have a Skool group? Okay, half the people. So I assume I heard some people say they're still new to Skool, 1 day, 2 days, and a year and stuff. So I'm just gonna explain Skool a little bit. So Skool is, in my words, Skool is a platform, community platform, kind of like Facebook groups, Discord groups, where people get together to learn something, kind of like a party where you let people in, you charge them, and people, communicate and people have fun in the group. But they all come together in one place like this, for example, and it shouldn't be like this, for example, where just me speaking to everybody. It's more of everybody sharing insights to each other, which I'm sure we'll do later on. But then sometimes the group owner does share some stuff. So I'll just jump straight into it. So if you guys get lost at any point, feel free to stop me. I'm just going to go through it real quick. So we're going to do the Hermosi Proof Promise Plan. So here's some proof. 19 years old, 18, have made over 12K a month, traveled the world. I've been in the past 4 months to almost every continent. I've been in the info community space for almost 2 years. If you guys know, Skool Streak is just everyday activity. I've been active for almost a year and a half now, and won the Skool game 6 times. I helped other people. That's what I do more, is partner with other people. And these are a few examples of people I worked with. You guys, most of people know Joe DiFilippo. I worked with them, helped him do almost 16K in a single month. He had like 4,000 followers. Christian, one of the biggest guys, we won the Skool game twice. Did up to 177,000 in MRR and won the Skool games. And he has like 20K followers on Instagram. And then this is one of the communities. This is what I'm gonna talk about later on more. Is churn. I helped a guy, Kendi, go from 45% and making like $100 a month to all the way to 8% churn. So a lot less people leaving, and almost 1,000x his MR. And then the first high ticket we did 8,000 in 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks of working together. If you guys know Tech with Aria on Instagram. So this is my promise. In the next 10 to 15 minutes, I'll show you how I generated for my clients over 6 figures, helped countless of communities. That's what I did for a year straight with CommunityLaunch.com. I worked with them for about a year, just helping people. What's good, William? Good to finally meet you.
On time.
Yeah, just on time. I just started. Yeah, that's all I did for a year straight, is just helping people launch communities for a year straight. And this is the plan. I'm going to talk a little bit about my story, my background, how I got into the community space, how I help people make money on Skool, and more about the churn checklist that Andrew Kirby blessed us. So here's a little bit about my story. I was just a regular kid. 2019, 2020, I was just like...
That was in 2019?
Yeah, and you can see like the screenshot. I don't know if you guys can see it.
You were 8.
I was just eating whatever, watching whatever YouTube videos all day, just going the motion in school, being the class clown. And then I started to see more online, a little bit of like make money online videos. That's how it kind of sparked some or planted some seeds. And then this is where the more like very, very grateful for my dad. He was into entrepreneurship, in-person entrepreneurship. So like he started a grass cutting business. He started a lot of like winter in Canada, of course, cutting, like having contracts with different people and starting that business. But the thing is, he kept going from business to business. That's something I realized later on, that he needs to stick to one thing as well. And then I was just basically helping him every single side hustle or business he did. I was helping him with that, but it left me like not much energy or time for do my own thing or to start this online business thing. And then I watched Eddie Cumberbatch's video. He was teaching people how to start low ticket communities, but partner with other people. This is like end of 2023. Partner with other people to build their Skool communities. Before that, I don't know if you guys know Etsy or print on demand. I tried a little bit of that. I got one sale from a guy from church. Even my parents wouldn't buy it because the price was the suppliers were charging too much, and then the price was too much. So I had one buyer, but at least that got me, more interested in online business. I was like, wow, I just built this thing, this T-shirt design, and then sold it for like $5 profit or something. But then after I started growth operating, I went down his funnel. He had he's like 19, 20, and he was printing like, he was making like his peak 400,000 a month with just his Skool community, selling high ticket and mid ticket and stuff. So that itself got me interested more into it. So after a month, I spent all my money right before this, from the gas station, the money I made, because I had no bills, no nothing. I had no bills, no nothing. So I asked my mom for a month straight. I was convincing her. I was like, this is it. This is a thing that's going to set me free. And she finally borrowed me some money to join the Skool community. And then I started learning nonstop. I was in my bedroom and just consuming all the course modules, attending every day, becoming the most active person there. And then I landed my first client. I actually met him in LA. This guy was the reason I got everything got started. He believed in me. He was actually in the community by just connecting with people. I met him. He became my first client. He didn't have the best following and stuff to make money on Skool, but that gave me some confidence. I got a testimonial from him, and he gave me a $3,000 loan for the high ticket and gave me half of it I only had to pay him half back. So that was good. So that put a fire behind me to make money and pay him back, because he gave me 3 months to make the money back. So I was like, I have to make this money back. And I partnered with Vazen, one of the biggest motivational pages in the world. That was one of my actual first clients. But they barely make anything. They only made 5K MRR the first month because it was faceless channel. So people don't have that much trust into a faceless channel, even though it has 1.5 million followers on Instagram. And also the guy was not listening as much because I was also new as well to the space. So I moved on pretty quickly. I didn't want to get attached too much. And then this is the first taste of Skool games. I reached out to Jack. You guys probably know him, Jack Roberts, in the beginning of the Skool games. I saw him, and then he thought he got it in the bag of winning the Skool games. Skool games is just a competition of who can make the most money in 30 days on Skool. So he thought he had it by himself, so he didn't say anything. He's like, okay, cool, it's a good idea. But then he reached out the last week because this is one of the most competitive months of the Skool games. So he wanted some all hands on deck, as much help as he can get. So I partnered with Jack, and in 1 week we almost doubled his monthly recurring revenue and helped him win the Skool games with strategies, emails, and all that stuff that we helped him with. Then Joe DiFilippo, like I said earlier, 4K followers. He did 15,000 in a month. I actually had exams during this time, and I was just 24/7 school exams, school with a K and then exams in school. But then I found Christian Crenshaw. I worked with him for about a year, and we won school games 2 times. And this is where we actually help other people with their school communities. So that's why he was the face of it, and I was the guy behind actually like building the school communities for people. And when we were doing the school games, we were selling for like $1,000 a month, and helping a ton of people win the school games. Yeah. And then this is just a pic of me in Bali, with my school shirt, which I gave it away, unfortunately. But yeah, so I spent many months in Bali. That was like my dream, to like travel the world, make money online with school, and that's kind of like my own community. I met these guys from actually Eddie's community, so it was great. I've made like lifelong friends in person, and that's basically a summary of my journey of how I got here. And then this might look familiar to a few of you. So I basically helped Kendi go from 42%, it was more than that, to 8% churn, which is huge, and then helped him at almost 1,000x his MRR. And all the strategies that I've done, funny story, I saw Andrew Kirby, most of you might know him, make a post about churn, and I actually did almost all of it. So I thought this was perfect. Let me just use what Andrew Kirby synthesized, because he makes good stuff, and made it a lot more simpler to digest. So these are the 14 simple action ready steps that I will give later on as well. A cheat sheet if anybody needs, in a Google Doc. So this is 30 hours of Hermosi content, 2 million combined MRR from all the winners of previous school games into 14 simple steps. So why does this matter? So churn is an issue a lot of people don't see. Now school is a lot focused on churn, and that's because that's very important to keep people inside, because that's the whole point. That's a lot of people do high ticket because they're scared of churn, but you shouldn't be scared of churn when you should be working on it, right? And so you can pour all the traffic in the world into a leaky bucket and it still won't fill. But here's the good news. For example, if you cut your churn from 20% to 10% while keeping acquisition constant, your steady state MRR will roughly double. So that's the power of keeping your churn and retention. So these are the 14 steps. Okay, so the cancellation video. This is basically recording a video after somebody is thinking of canceling. They cancel. There's a video that pops up. Joe DiFilippo had the most funniest. I wish I can play it right now. But you basically film a video telling them why they should stay. What are all the things they're going to miss out? So that makes them stay. So that's number one that you need to make sure to have. Activation point. So an example is like, for example, Twitter. They found that if you visited Twitter at least 7 times in a month, it was likely that you're going to visit Twitter in the next month, and the next month, and the next month. So that was their activation point. They wanted to get people at least to visit Twitter at least 7 times. So you need to identify one action that makes somebody way more likely to stick around. For example, getting 3 members into your own group. That makes you feel like a real community, because I've seen so many communities get started and then quit because they don't get any members, they don't set up things, they don't put effort into it. So they just start this idea and they're like, oh, it's $100 a month, and let me just churn. I'll think about this later. So you need to make sure to have more than 3 members. Skool made it a lot better now, where they tell you have 3 members, have this, have that, to make sure that you stick with it. So onboarding calls, this is one of the most important things to have, where you can also upsell people to different programs, and also it can be simple. One of the biggest things that I've seen, Levi Patton, I don't know, some people might know him, but he made a simple Loom video for a minute, where every person that joined, he made a simple video like, hey Goose, for example, I see you joined the community, I checked out your profile, it looks sick, and just gave a few points, and then that just made them feel a lot more welcome and cared about, and that made them stay longer. And you actually build relationship with them. You give them a follow on Instagram, and makes them stay a lot longer. So that's like some community manager or somebody to have this responsibility most of the time. Time unlocks. So this is, as you can see here, time unlocks. Basically, you can lock your community to make sure people have to wait, I don't know, 30 days, 60 days. So this helps with reducing the churn, because if you join, if you have access to everything, you might not go through everything. It's going to be overwhelming as well. So you need to, as the community owner, lock some things in the right categories to make sure they have the best experience possible. So time unlock, if they join monthly, then you can put a time unlock, which it forces them to pay every month until that. It didn't force them, sorry. It makes them want to stay longer in the community to get access to that course. And when you can add that toggle in the bottom right here, where you can make people upgrade to annual, which makes them stay even longer. So level unlocks. Let me see if I can show you guys. Never mind. It's gonna take longer than necessary. But level unlocks essentially, or let me show you the leaderboard actually. Quickly show you. So this is the leaderboards. I made sure to show you the one that I'm number one. But you can have different levels here where you can unlock certain courses. It will be like a blue thing right under. Yeah, that gamifies. That's one of the things with Skool that gamifies Skool. Guru to community, I touched about this a little bit earlier, whereas it shouldn't be just one person speaking to everybody like this. It should be people giving different insights, helping each other. Yeah, having like micro celebrities, having meetups like this, where people get to connect with each other. Smart tactic pricing. So I actually did this as well. I'll pull this up actually. So this is the community pricing. So there's a bunch of prices, and this is like the I don't know if you guys know Anime Shreds or Luke Belmar or his brother. They basically made like $100,000 in like 2 days, or $90,000 a month. And what they did is they did a pricing, the sunset pricing method, where you put a certain price and you start raising it. So when there's members at a certain price, they don't want to leave because the price is higher. So if they leave, they lose out on that. So that keeps people longer. So that's what I did here to reduce churn as well. And that is one example of smart pricing tactic, is to raise your price as you go on, and you can market that as well.
So, but
yeah,
people get grandfathered in. So you're
exactly.
Let's say I had my community at $19 a month.
Yeah.
Then I upped it to $49 a month. My $19 a month people, for the most part, stay.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they're aware that it's $49 a month for everybody else.
When they go to leave the community, it will tell them, warning. Let me see if I can show an example. Let me leave the community real quick. Let me do gift community. Oh no, he hasn't raised the price. Let me see.
If they want to come back, then it's going to be way more. And then they
Yeah,
say,
let me just. What's a good example? I'll do this for now, but usually it will tell them when I. Where is it? It's so hard to leave.
I know one of the top earners on Skool right now is Nick, is putting his the price increases on the right hand side, so you can see it in the community.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that I also saw it. I think it says about page. Maybe it was Spencer, but it says price will like you can see right above how many members are in the community. Let's say it's like 933, and it's like at 935, the price will increase 2x. And it's like, you know, there's only 2 people left until that happens. They're right next to each other. You can also see the change in price because he tells you what, you see what it is now, and then right underneath it, it's what it would be. And that's like urgency. And also, it's both urgency and scarcity, which is great. Urgency being time, scarcity being quantity.
Yeah, but when
Some
you
will have tiered membership anyway, and then that's a whole other conversation, right?
of what?
Having tiered memberships.
Yeah, when Skool releases the tier from
Yeah.
free and in the same,
When that's happening.
This month, I think, or by the end.
I think it should be,
Maybe in October.
it should be in about a month. I believe.
A little bit less. We'll have it in about 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
I don't know if you guys know this from the school team, but with the tiered memberships, are they going to have something similar to how there's the like churn video and things like that for the specific subscriptions within the classroom?
No, the last iteration that's there is just a. I can pull up an image for you. Not to take away. From
No, all good.
Uh,
Should have been more.
This is what it looks like.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So very simple, very small.
So number 8, balance pricing. Start low. Start low, raise over time. Yeah, this is exactly what I was saying with the pricing as well. Start lower, and start raising over time. Yeah, it's always better. Even I realized when in that community we're charging a lot less, the quality of members were really bad as well. Like their banks were declining for like $9 a month, $10 a month. So, and when we started charging more, we had less people to deal with and giving them a better service and make more money. So it's always good to charge more.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
So, let's say you're where we are right now,
Yeah.
now, right before tiers come out. I currently have a free membership that I've been trying to upgrade into one-on-ones with people, high ticket. So at this point, what would be the best way to go? Like, should we go for that sunset pricing, or sort of hold off and wait till tiers? How would you?
So you have a free community
Yeah.
and you want to monetize it for one-on-one or?
Well,
Or just
I'm
monetize.
trying to get into monetizing it for, with membership pricing, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, once I hit 100, which is going to be this week, I'm going to start charging $7 and whatever. Like I was looking to get into the sunset,
Yeah.
increasing price model. Now the tiers are coming out. I'm like, oh, should I just like leave it and then like have like an upgraded membership with tiers? So I'm a little stuck on.
I think you should do tiers.
Yeah.
The reason why is because all the 100 people, you're kind of missing out on charging them because it's not. I don't recommend getting your best members in for free because those people are also able to pay, and those also will be your best members.
Right.
So if you have the tiers, you can have free community and then different tiers for the people that want to upgrade.
Yeah.
So I think it's best to wait for then. Until then, you can just market more, grow it more, nurture them more,
Yeah.
and get them ready for that launch.
People tend to not know that's free.
So improve culture. So this is something in the community. It was like it was crickets. In the community that I was working on, it was very crickets. So in the calls, we made it more fun. We had like in the intro, the videos, we had like a music video or something related to the community. And we just try to make it more fun. People unmute, talk, and we try to just talk to the members more. I think that's one of the next points is, let me see, I think it's, talk to the members more. This is very, very important. This is something I've seen Sam Ovens, the owner of Skool or founder of Skool, do a lot, is talk to members and get their opinions. Because when you talk to them, they'll just give you all the answers if you ask them the right questions. And that will help you improve your group in the right way and give them exactly what they need and or give them exactly what they want or they'll tell you what they want, and then you can work on what they need. So this is a really powerful thing that you need to do constantly to keep up, make sure your group is doing well.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have very low churn, actually,
Yeah.
which is good. I offer a free 30-minute strategy session.
Nice.
To everybody. So I help fractional professionals stay self-employed. So I
Yeah.
give them basic sales and marketing skills. I have a background in health education, coaching, and training, sales and marketing. So school is perfect for me. So they pay $49 a month to get in. They get a free 30-minute strategy session. Churn is low. I'm the only fucking one posting shit. I want people to do stuff and get involved. I highlight members. I create videos. I circulate stuff. I do everything like that, and I encourage people to post and share your wins and all that stuff. But nothing, very little of that. And there are even a few people. What I did then was I thought, okay, I'll appoint brand ambassadors, and then that takes some of the pressure off of me. So as soon as somebody joins, I say, welcome so and so to the community, and then people tell us, who your ideal client is, what what problem you solve, that kind of thing, and then those brand ambassadors will make a point, even though they get nothing for it.
Yeah.
They're just happy to be sort of appointed, and they'll add comments and welcome and that sort of thing. But there's like 325 or so people. Most of them, it's only those handful of people that are engaged, and they don't typically post anything.
So I think finding your true regulars, so like really finding those, as well as I really like Calvin. I don't know if you know Calvin Hollywood. He does. I joined his community, and he talks a lot about like asking questions, and you should probably look into Calvin more. But he really is like
CAL.
really great. Yeah, I'll show you after this as well. But he's really great at like creating that culture, community leadership, making sure people are posting more, and very like moderating the community where, for example, he posts a call link and he'll delete it right after the call is done to create less confusion in the community. So he really like keeps his community really nicely, and that lets people also he basically walks them through like what are good examples of posts, and he says in the beginning it's fine if you do wrong, they'll just give you feedback on how to post better. So he really creates the community really well. But just finding your true regulars, I think that Sam Evans did a post a while ago about that. So you said your churn is really low, so I'd say also marketing more, getting more members in so you can find those true regulars, finding those people, because not everybody's going to be active, but just setting up the community properly, keeping it simple, making sure they know what to do, and talking to them as well, telling them like why aren't you posting, and they'll give you feedback and you can help them. So
I ran a survey a while ago, different things like that. Nothing really insightful came out of any of it. But yeah, keep trying.
I think I might have
Just a quick thought
yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
I would be very careful about those suggestions because they're extremely technical, and a community is not about the micromanagement. In fact, the communities that do that by the data usually have the most work they've subscribed themselves to ongoing because you're trying to force something that has to be suggested. So be careful about this.
Okay.
It's something that a lot of communities make a lot of errors on if you're optimizing for the community thing, which is you leave the room and the activity keeps going. So, in a word, if you're trying to do that, the single easiest way is you yourself are the example that you set. They'll only be as vulnerable as you are, and they'll only interact with others as much as you do.
Right.
So if you do those two things and you just give it time without thinking there's any silver bullets, it happens,
Okay.
definitely.
So I do. Like I post every day, and
So-
I make a point of meeting with people, and everybody
Yes.
gets a welcome message.
So there may be a
public,
part
and
missing,
all this
or you
stuff.
haven't done it long enough, in
Maybe.
which case be active in the comments. Healthy community is usually an indication of the ratio of comments to posts. You
Yes.
want way more comments, 10x more comments than posts. And you don't necessarily want to be all of those comments, but driving that
Yes, when people, because I end up being primarily the only person that posts, when I do get comments, I always respond.
Yeah, yeah. Now, the moment that you have someone that posts, have comments
I
go
always
there.
do that too.
And something you can encourage within the classroom, which works very well, is making it super granular. So instead of having it go right into what you teach, you have it go from, hey, I'd love to get you to level 3, for example,
Yeah.
so you can unlock these things.
Yeah.
You get there by making a post and commenting on 3 others, like super granular.
Right.
You're attacking the community thing first, so that they understand why they're there, which is to interact, and then to learn as a consequence.
Okay, so I have sprints, so what they can do the first 7 days, and in those sprints are prompts to, post your wins and do this and that. This is fairly new that I started doing that. I cleaned out my whole classroom and
Nice.
started with other stuff, and I created GPTs and did all kinds of things, and so
Yeah.
they seem to be going well. People are buying them, and some of them are free, so that's working nicely. And these little free sprints, I encourage people to do them. So we'll see how they really move along. Yes, sir.
I'm really curious, like when I hear that you have very low churn,
Yeah.
I'm wondering why you want to get your community active.
I think
Do they need it for the wins,
because I
or-
want them, I guess because it's more gratifying when I can't know what people are accessing and doing. So for all I know, I don't know, right? So for all I know, maybe they're all networking together, they don't share it. So it's more a way of me to know, although people tell me they love the community and I'm doing a good job, so that's nice. The membership is not growing as quickly as I would like it to, but it's growing. And I guess it's more for my own sense of satisfaction. That's all, right? You know, like when you're the only person cleaning the house, everybody appreciates, but they never say thank you. Something like that. So you get a little feedback, and maybe somebody picks up a sock, and goes, okay. That's all. Odd analogy. Anyway, sorry, you go ahead.
No, but I think,
Mhm.
yeah, what I did is just talking to them and asking them why, because a lot of people didn't know how to use Skool. Like in one of the communities, they didn't know at all like how to post, how to all this stuff. So I had to like walk them through in the beginning, just walk them through how to do all of it on the call, reply to them, and then get them more hooked to that. And then we started having as we got more members and stuff, we started to have like a few people that just were super active in the community. So it's about getting more members in, because you said you had
Like 325 or something.
that's still it's pretty good, but
Yeah.
just having more people, but then also like explaining them, having somebody or a video or something explaining them how to use Skool, because sometimes they might not just know how to use Skool, right? Even though Skool has made it very simple. Yeah. But it's just good to walk them through at least once, and then once they know how to use it, they get familiar with it,
Yeah.
then they will
Yeah, like I don't know who's watching the intro video, but it's in their face when they come in, right?
Yeah.
So they should be watching it.
Yeah.
But yes.
And also, if you're at that size, you should maybe consider having like a moderator or somebody there, or somebody there to help you more, like ask people like how's everything going, check up
Yes,
on people,
I-
because 300 might be a little bit too much for your.
It's not too much, no, because
Okay.
that's all I do.
Okay,
This
then.
is my business. So
Okay, then
yeah.
you can reach out to people.
It's my life.
until-
It's not my hobby.
Okay, if it's your full-time thing, you can do it yourself. But then once it gets to a point,
Yeah, but it's huge. They're definitely
Yeah,
gonna help,
but- just reaching out to people and hopping on calls with them. You can even do like Skool has this new thing where you can go live,
Yes.
go
We're
live
doing that.
and then talk to everybody.
Yes.
Make
Yeah.
sure everybody knows how to
Yeah,
use
and
Skool.
actually maybe that's something now that's we did our first live a few days ago, last week. So,
Okay.
I got a quick question for those of you who can do live on Skool already, because I haven't done it in my community yet. I'm just wondering, the live stream, is it more similar to a Zoom meeting where you're all on video talking with each other, or is it like a Facebook Live?
One is true, and then number 2 is coming.
Oh, okay, so it's gonna have both.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll go live right now to show you. It's just
The webinar feature is coming also in a couple weeks, I think.
this is how it looks like. You just
They
click
just
join,
announced it on the.
and then you can send the link.
And
to
if I
people.
want to bring like a guest speaker into my community, do they have to join my community first, or can I
I
send them
think
some
so.
link?
You can just add them.
Via email. You can add
Invite,
people
yeah.
and then become free members.
That are okay. I see.
Yeah.
You can just invite them here, or they can just join outside, and then you can just let them in. Yeah.
One thing, by the way, I was just thinking what you were saying about the community thing. I don't know if this is helpful at all, because you might already totally be doing this. But one thing that helped me with my community, even before I went to school, I had a Facebook group before, is whenever people come in the community, one of the first things I do is try to get in DMs with them right away.
I do, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They get an automatic DM.
Oh,
And when I don't hear much back, everybody gets a free 30-minute strategy session. They have anytime access to me as part of it being in the community. They can send me a DM or an email or whatever anytime they want. I will answer any questions. I make myself very accessible to them because the community is small. It's not so terrible to manage.
Yeah, I think the juicy unlocks, like the juicy level 2,
Yes.
level 3 unlocks is a big thing. And then like I've been introing people, like as soon as they join, I do like an intro post with all the here are the last 10 people that joined, a little bit about them,
Right.
let's celebrate them, and that seems to work really well,
Yeah.
getting people going.
Yeah.
I agree. I think even when Sam Oven posted on, I think one of the school modules or school news, to just have like show their desk workspace, and that gets people started and talking and stuff as well. Yeah, that's part of the culture too. Like if people see the vibe of each person's workspace, that gives them more idea of the person, and then you just giving people feedback improves the culture. The things you say on the calls and everything, but just making it like Goose is the master at this, but making it more fun, not just boring course and all that stuff, but more calls, more meetups like this in person and all that stuff makes it the culture a lot better. And yeah, like I just said, also just make it more community, more calls, and especially in the beginning, you don't want to overthink it. You don't want to have like a whole course there. You want to just do more calls, get more feedback, and build as you go. Build a minimal viable community. That's what I call it, and then just build from there. Yeah, you guys probably know this. Just rotate pin post. Make people like Skool improved it even better. When you get pinned, you get like a notification, like wow, you got pinned and everything. Congratulations.
It's, yeah, you got rewarded with it.
So like the first time that happened, I got just a bunch of dopamine. But yeah, yeah, especially.
I remember when Goose was pinned in Schoolers once, and
Yeah.
we all got the notification at the same time. We were all just freaking out.
Yeah.
We were really excited.
Yeah, especially now, like they have the whole. You even get an email. Like, your post
Yeah,
is
exactly.
pinned and everything. Yeah. So, always good to give this feeling to the members as well, and they'll get hooked. Target high retainers, liquid stays. Yeah, focus on like this is kind of going back to the. Kind of going back to the people that are the most like you're seeing the people that get the most results or the best people that you enjoy serving and all that stuff, finding those people and focusing on them for the marketing, or the people that get the most results, that are the most active and stuff. Those are people you want to have more of them, so using that feedback towards the marketing. Yeah, reduce overwhelm. This is something I realized. My past client, the guy that had a lot of churn, he thought value was just more course, more calls, more like I had to stop him so many times to make this more simpler. He wanted to have like 6 calls a week himself, and like yeah, he had like I don't know, like I think like 15 modules and stuff, and all public, like you get access to it right away. So we reduced it a lot better, a lot more. We made it a lot more simple, made it a lot more clear, and we focused more on like 1 call a week, 2 call a week. Even though we had like 500 members, we focused on just doing like keeping it very simple, and then getting feedback. And as it grew, if needed, having another time zone or another call. but making sure to not overwhelm, because that increases churn a lot. I think one example was, I remember Hermosi talked about a friend of his who had like an email list. He was making like, I think 500,000 a month with it, so somewhere around, I don't know, don't quote me on the numbers, but I think he was making a lot of money, and he basically was doing like one to two emails a month and like one call a month or something. And then as he added more emails or more calls, people started leaving him a lot more.
Yeah.
So just keeping it very simple, consumable. That's what Skool, even Skool News, Skool, the Schoolers community, they had like one call a week for 1 hour with Hermosi, and then they had the school games calls. They had a bunch of calls, and then before that, they used to interview people. I don't know if you guys remember interview people, and then they used to have like, I don't know, a ton of calls. So they reduced that to all like a 20-minute a week call, where it's very consumable, very simple, and people are up to date, and people feel like they're getting their money's worth. So that's very, very important. And like I mentioned before, just talking to members, they'll tell you a lot of things. Just asking them the right questions. I have some templates if you guys want for different for something you can use in your community to make a post. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys can either, I'll show you right now after this. For the new beginners, I have a Skool checklist that people have paid $1,000 plus a month for me to build it, but you can get the whole checklist for free, and as well as the churn checklist that I used. I'll give you both for free if you either ask me or DM me on Instagram, and I'll send it over. That was pretty much it. I hope you guys learned one thing or got inspired, and this is the saying I had in my ads is build community and build your future. This is a more of a long-term game. It's not like quick money. So thank you.
Thank you.
Any
got
questions?
For Prince before we move on?
I know I went a little bit too quick, but yeah.
I think when I was watching like the school instruction videos, at one point they showed the school games and your name was up there. If you're like the same Prince that was on there, I assume you are.
There's
Maybe
only one.
I haven't. I partner with people, so they're probably their names are there. But I think I've hopped on. I think I know what you're talking about. That was one of the first. Like they used to let people in for Zoom meeting, people that won the school games. Was it right after the school games?
Anyway, I don't remember exactly what I'm referring to, but I remember your name, and
Yeah.
that's really cool. You're fucking cool.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Sweet. Anybody else? Any other questions? Okay, we are probably going to dive right into the next speaker. I want Goose to go first, and then we'll have. I think we'll get rid of all the speakers before we go to grab food. So we'll go Goose doing his thing, then we'll dive into Daniel, and then we will go wander around. We've got a couple ideas for food. We'll just see what restaurant we end up in. But I wanted to see if I could get the TV figured out.
You got the tattoo.
It's still not.
What? Yeah. We all got it at the first school game. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That's funny you noticed that immediately.